Influencers are the most essential human beings in the history of humanity. And with all the marches happening all around the country and the world for the past few days, there's only one group of people who can help us end all social inequities: influencers. According to Urban Dictionary, an influencer is a
word Instagram users use to describe themselves to make them feel famous and more important when no one really knows who they are or care. Usually the type of people that call themselves foodies and post pictures of their avocado and toast because they can't really do anything else interesting. Usually also post their last holiday asking someone to hashtag take me back.
And take them back they should, because influencers are at the pinnacle of good taste and judgment. That's why we need them more than ever before at this time, just like a landline. So today we're going to be looking at some of the most amazing moments of influence brought to us by some of the most gifted influencers in all of humanity during one of the most significant times in recent human history, in a segment I like to call "You So Stupid." There's nothing more authentic than setting up an impromptu photo shoot in the middle of a protest in the middle of the street, using what appears to be your grandmother's dining room chair. And yes, Marcia, remove your sunglasses. They're messing up your look. This moment right here is truly historic, and it will be permanently recorded in history. In fact, when people are looking back at the events that took place in the spring of 2020, this image right here will be right next to the definition of a waste of space.
Attention seeking at this level must be some kind of sickness.
No, it's not. They're just taking an innocent photo while co-opting a civil rights movement so they can make themselves look good on Instagram. It's very different.
Abolish all influencers.
That is so rude. Influencers are absolutely essential. They shouldn't be abolished. I mean, who else is supposed to go on Instagram and sell laxative tea?
She's man-spreading.
See, she's fighting the power in her own selfish way. And there are many different ways you can fight the power, like the way that she's doing it over here by using the National Guard as her background while she makes duck faces at the camera. Few people understand the bravery it takes to pose by a boarded-up Starbucks while using servicemen and women as a prop. There is so much meaning in that picture. I could literally spend days breaking down the allegory that juxtaposes contemporary themes in an unconventional manner, which makes it as profound as Paris Hilton's artwork.
Who is influenced by seeing pictures like this?
Clearly, you don't see the power she's transmitting through the lens and into your Instagram feed by cupping her hands ever so lightly. All of her problems are solved.
People have no self-awareness. I swear to God.
Well, she clearly has enough self-awareness to change her pose every 3 seconds to get a better angle on missing the point.
I love that there is always a whipped boyfriend behind the camera.
Folks, this guy isn't whipped. He just gave up on life.
Oh no, look at her.
You gotta admire these two ladies for not giving up until they got the perfect picture. They tried really hard.
It's when you die hard.
And she was ready to die hard. I mean, she dressed for her funeral.
I love how she looks annoyed that people are in her fake protester shot.
And she should be annoyed. This is her moment to shine, and all these people are getting in her way.
People forgetting that the protests are not about them. Gross.
How dare anybody say that the protests aren't about her? She can make the protests about anyone she wants, and she's the only person on that list.
I'm using my platform.
She is using her platform to self-aggrandize. That's why she later apologized with this statement.
I will and have bent the knee for George Floyd and this movement, but I will never bend the knee for this criticism. Believe what you want and do your best.
She is so brave and as self-aware as this dude who didn't realize he was wearing a different shoe on each foot until he got to work. Or as self-aware as these two folks who thought it would be a terrific idea to do the jumping for joy photo right in front of a bunch of military vehicles. That's one of the purest expressions of joy I've ever seen about the current messed up situation we're living through.
I really want to see how they caption this.
Oh, it was probably something like "we marching" with a crying laughing face emoji.
This is the corniest thing ever.
When are people gonna stop putting people down for being inconsiderate? When are we gonna accept as a society that some people just want to be tone deaf?
This is utterly embarrassing.
How can someone be embarrassed by someone who's willfully ignoring everything that's going on around them? That would actually fall under the category of cringe, which is totally not what we're seeing over here as these two fellas take pictures while all those people up there are getting arrested. Yes, folks, that is the coolest thing to have in your background. That's why immediately after they take the picture, they also get arrested. That is so horrible. When are people going to let influencers influence in peace? We desperately need a movement to fight to curb excessive use of force by police. If only people got together to do it. Wouldn't that be terrific?
This is a content I love to see.
That is unacceptable. Influencers deserve much better. We need justice for them now.
Wow, the cops do some good things at times after all.
See, folks, cops aren't that bad. We should start a Blue Hugs campaign to bridge the gap, and they'll definitely respond proportionally if you try to hug them.
The one arrest I agree with in this whole mess.
Well, you know, the cops can always arrest more people to see if you agree with more than one.
This girl is making her boyfriend take a picture of her in front of a smashed T-Mobile. Oh my god.
Don't people see that this influencer is ahead of her time? This is literally one of the most artistic photos ever uploaded to Instagram. She is facing a T-Mobile store that's been smashed up only hours earlier, and she's meditating on the harsh reality that we all experience on a day-to-day basis, and then slowly walking away like nothing happened, because to her, it's just an opportunity to get likes. But it's not her fault, folks. She's just trying to make it in the like economy, so don't hate the player, hate the game.
Why do these purse holder boyfriends go along with this narcissism?
Because they have an absolutely deep love for their girlfriend and no backbone.
Influencers are a cancer on society.
Excuse me, influencers are actually a gift to society, the type of gift that blows up in your face.
Lululemon lives matter.
That's right, Lululemon lives do matter, as well as T-Mobile lives matter, and we can't forget that submissive boyfriend lives matter too. Because without their submissive Instagram boyfriend, the influencer would be rendered influenceless, thus incapable of spreading their influential influence to all the influencees who follow them for the influential content. It is a whole influence tower that would fall apart like a Jenga Tower of Babel, cratering under astronomical levels of self-gratifying narcissism. Oh, and by the way, your eyes didn't deceive you. The influencer was taking a selfie as her submissive Instagram boyfriend was taking a picture of her taking a selfie in an area that had been barricaded by police for the protest, which is a high IQ move, like buying school glue thinking it's milk.
Literally, how can anyone still be so oblivious?
They're not oblivious. They're actually obviously aware that they're shameless clout chasers.
Man, people really be out here selling their soul for clout, huh?
I mean, why wouldn't you sell your soul for something that's never gonna fulfill you and just leave a big empty hole, leaving you wanting more and more? Just like a wormhole robbing you of every precious moment of your existence.
Pathetic.
Excuse me, but in influencer speak, it's actually a little more sophisticated than that. It's actually pathetique. Just like these gentlemen who thought it would be a terrific idea to get a group picture in front of a burning vehicle. We gotta commend these gentlemen, because not everybody puts this much effort into getting a picture like this to pop up in 3 years in their Facebook memories. That'll be a slideshow they won't want the FBI to see.
Are they posing?
Of course they're posing. What else are they supposed to do in this situation? Actually try to see if there's somebody in the car and help them? That's ludicrous.
Get back, you don't know me like that.
Clout is a disease.
That is correct. Clout is in fact a disease. In fact, the CDC recently recommended that everyone avoid clout by social distancing from stupid people.
Read the room, guys. Come on.
How many times am I gonna have to say this? They can't read the room because they're tone deaf. This lady, however, is not tone deaf. She actually is helping someone board up a store in Santa Monica. And oh, look, somebody's photographing them. Oh, wait, she just returned the drill? Wait, she's walking into a Mercedes? Wait, she wasn't really helping? That was just an opportunistic photo op? What? You can't fault her for trying to take the valor instead of actually putting in the hard work. After all, most influencers are known for living by the saying, always appear to be working.
She took the mask off to thank him. Ha ha ha.
When are people going to understand that the job of an influencer is to do things for the appearance of doing it? It's not for actually doing it. There are no rules for influencers. They live on the fringe of being a human being. You can't expect them to actually be a human being.
At least give the man a 20 or something.
Influencers don't have to pay anybody anything. The majority of them don't even make money influencing. They're too busy faking brand deals.
It took me ages to realize what was happening. Just, what?
It's okay to be confused by what most influencers do, because common sense does not exist in their realm. However, there's a lot of common sense in this situation, because this lady is trying to get a cute picture with all these folks marching, and these rude people keep just bicycling and barreling right in front of her as her submissive Instagram boyfriend tries to capture this cute picture. There's nothing better to capture the civil rights moment than with a cute picture, because it's scientific knowledge that protests are the best backgrounds to use in any picture whatsoever. In fact, you can show it to your family members years later and say, oh, you went to Disneyland, Tina. Well, guess what? I went to a protest this year and it was amazing. I felt like I was in that Harvey Milk movie. And by the way, they were doing everything they do in the movies. They were chanting, they were saying all these things. I don't even know what they were saying. I don't even know what they wanted. Like, who cares, right? But I got some great pictures. My hair looks amazing. I'm gonna tell you, Tina, it was the best I've ever looked. Now, that's the type of activism that will change the world.
Damn, I never thought I'd want someone canceled before.
Life comes at you fast, so you always gotta be ready for the consequences.
I was there.
And she was brave enough to make sure that she had as little impact as possible. You gotta respect that.
What a time to be alive.
It is indeed quite a time to be alive, because it is a moment in history with unparalleled potential to make change change. And if you're an influencer, it's the perfect opportunity to get a little bit of clout. Anyway, defenders, make sure you like and subscribe for more videos like this. Every like will be another influencer making so much change to the world. They will literally blow our minds. Tell me in the comments down below, what do you think? I want to know. Check out these videos right here. They're good too. Make sure you start washing your hands, not touching your face, and staying away from stupid people. I love all of you defenders. Please stay safe if you're going out there. Have an amazing day.